All right, so Corey Griffin here, maximizing your ROI, with virtual rehabbing. What are some things that we do to maximize the return, on our investment when we are rehabbing houses? So I think the first thing is, before you even get into a market that's virtual, the first thing that you want to do is actually analyze the market, right? Get to know the market as much as you can. And that starts with picking your zip code. That starts with picking your zip code, going in and figuring out where do you want to market in that state or in that region, right? And then narrow it down to different zip codes. And you can start even with like where buyers are buying at, where is there like the most cash transactions. These are questions that you can ask realtors, or if you have access to softwares that can provide that, you can do that as well. So i think that's the first step to maximize, is like get to know the area that you're going to be in. Let's say you know the area and you got a deal in contract and you're going to be getting the project started. If you don't have a team, right, and it's just you, real estate is a team sport, right? So to maximize ROI, especially if you're borrowing the money, right, you're going to need a solid team, because the goal isn't necessarily to make the most beautiful property, right? You want to make the property quality, beautiful, right? But the goal is to turn that money around, whether it's yours or somebody else's, within a time frame. So having the right team. So before you even start a project, you want to start finding contractors, realtors. If you're not living in the state, realtors are going to be the best, because, or whoever has these relationships, but you can also give contractors a call. Another resource for finding different contractors and people that can help with the project is other investors, right? Your competition, right? Some of you shy away from your competition, you don't want to talk to them, but get involved, know who they are. People are willing to give advice, some people aren't, but find out the ones that do, and you can also bring them a lot of value if you see there's areas that you can help them or people that you can connect them with. But the goal would be to start building out your team. You want a couple team members per trade, right? So that helps, because if somebody falls out, right, another person can come in. But staging your house, let's say you get to the end of the project, staging your house is another way for you to maximize your ROI, right? A lot of investors don't stage any houses, right? When they're actually out there, they're not staging any houses. They get the properties done, they put minimal work. When you're staging the house, that's going to actually put you in a position where when people walk in, right, they're going to think, oh wow, like I could put my couch here. Like it just, and it helps with like not having people see all the cracks or just little things that maybe is due to, like in Savannah, Georgia, like older homes, houses that are built in the 1900s. A lot of sizzle features can help, putting safes in the closet behind the door, or Bluetooth speakers, just little sizzle features that can really help. Some things that can also help with the ROI is finding a good realtor, right? We're in a market right now where I don't think I don't think you can afford to have just a good realtor. You need a great realtor. You need somebody who can get the house sold, because at the end of the day, the goal is to turn the money and to make sure that the project is a quality project for the neighborhood and the area that it's in. You don't want to overdo your rehab. And so that takes me to the next point, right? Is maximizing your ROI is paying attention to the comparables, paying attention to what is actually selling, so that you can see, okay, maybe we don't have to put this super expensive granite countertop. We can put in this kind of countertop. Or, this neighborhood, we're seeing houses that are selling, they don't have a chef's kitchen everywhere. Or maybe you do see every house has a chef's kitchen, and your kitchen, you can open it up to where you can make it, you're gonna have to spend a little bit more money. Maybe the kitchen's 25 grand and not 15, but you need to pay attention to the comps, because you don't want to underspend either. and it depends on the neighborhoods that you're in. So these are just things that you can do. A good thing also is a home appraisal report if it isn't already done on the house beforehand, right? Get an inspector out there, and you know, make sure that you and your contractor are going through that. And you know, another way to maximize ROI is don't do the work yourself. This is really hard for contractors, but if you're virtual, you can't do the work yourself, right? So when you're virtually, doing this, how are you checking in on the projects? Well, a thing that I've seen other investors do, we don't do it in our business, but I chose to build a team, and go to the state that I wanted to invest in, and it just so happened that we did it more virtually. But if you want to share some of the profit with maybe give a bigger spread, and find a project manager, pay him a salary when you start doing enough of these deals. But if you're just doing it on your own, give the realtor more to make, or ask the realtor. If you don't want to give them more, you can ask them, what can you do to help me? So like having weekly meetings, getting weekly updates, pictures from somebody who's on your side that can make sure that they're on the contractor, doing a punch list. Now you got to be organized and make sure that your documents are in the row, because you can't expect the realtor to do your job, but you want to make sure the punch list. And you can also, when the realtor goes, they can bring you as well, because of our phones these days. We're in a world right now where you can do virtual walkthroughs and punch list walkthroughs. You can't see as detailed, right? But if you have somebody you can trust, that's boots on the ground, that can go there, these are just ways that you can, and here's the biggest thing. We're talking about ROI, but let's talk about risk. How do you mitigate risk? How do you lower your risk, right? You do that through control. So the more that you control the money, control the deal, control the process. Like if you're giving your contractor everything up front, or 50% up front, you're losing control. So there's a lot of strategies and things that that you can utilize to help maximize your ROI, especially if you're investing out of state or even in state. If you're not going to the property all the time, you're just kind of managing it from your computer. Maybe you go to it here and there if you're in the city, but the biggest thing is can the project still go on if you're there or not, right? And these are just some tips and strategies to just help you maximize the ROI on your rehabs in your business. So if you want some of the tips and tools, and you actually want some guidance and coaching on maybe your next flip, or you're looking for your next deal and you want some help on that, DM coaching below, and we can talk about getting on a one-on-one call and seeing what we can do to help you. All right, so DM coaching below.